Hey guys, I keep getting these comments and I keep reading comments on other videos about, I call it brainwashing, about your preps are going to be, people's going to come in and take your preps, kill you, steal your preps. If you go outside, you're going to get shot. If you try to hunt, you're going to get shot. You know, all the deer is going to be gone. This is all brainwashing. Let's face it. Look, perfect example. This past weekend they had that march about trying to take our guns away or whatever this march was. Hell, they always have a protest march. Look at those people. How many people were they altogether? So let's just say 500,000 people. Out of those 500,000 people, how many, if they're protesting to take guns away, how many people are actually going to hunt or trap or know how to fish? None. Well, let's say 2% knows. That's giving them more than I should. Those people are going to die off quickly. Okay, let's take these so-called gang members whose pants hang down to their knees. Yeah, they might know how to shoot sideways, but they're not going to go out and hunt because it's just not going to happen, because most gang members don't like to be in the woods. I grew up with them. You couldn't get them to go out into the woods. And I'm talking about all nationality gang members. Then let's talk about the wannabe M&M or Vanilla Ices out there. Who does it? They don't have a lick of common sense. They're not going to be able to go hunt. They're not going to be able to garden. They're going to die off. So you got all these college kids and these high school kids and other people who's trying to ban guns. They're going to die off because they don't have no way of protecting themselves. They don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to trap. They don't know how to fish. They're not prepping. So if they don't die off of starvation, they're going to die off by trying to raid people. These gang members, they're going to kill one another and they're going to starve to death. These Vanilla Ice ones out there, they're going to do the same. Let's talk about the Section 8 people who's too lazy to work, the FTUs, fat, tired, and useless. Do you actually think any of them's capable of going out hunting, going out trapping, going out fishing? No. You know, they got 5 or 6 kids by 5 or 6 different guys, and they sit on there and they eat 5 bags of Doritos and drink 2 liters of diet soda. They're not going to get up and do anything. They're lucky if they able to walk to their mailbox. So I just destroyed the fact of people thinking there's going to be no game, no deer, no squirrels, no rabbits, no geese, no ducks, no fish anywhere, because 7/8 of the population don't know how to hunt, don't know how to fish, don't know how to trap. They're going to be so weak from lack of food. Do you actually think they're going to walk 20 or 30 miles into the woods to try to hunt, try to fish, try to trap, or try to shoot you if you're out checking your traps or out bow hunting or something like that? It ain't going to happen. People has been brainwashed by these movies, by these other videos of fear mongering. Oh, if you go outside, you're going to get shot. I am not going to turn into a hobbit and dig a hole and live underground. In a SHTF situation, I am going to live my life normal. I'm going to go outside, but when I go outside, I'm going to watch my surroundings. I'm going to pay attention. And if I see something out of the ordinary, I'm going to shoot first and forget to care later. People needs to forget about all this BS stuff going on. You know, this fear mongering, this I don't know what you want to call it. I mean, I see so much on it on the comments. You know, the marauders are going to come and get you. If you instill your preps. If you go outside, you're going to get shot. The world's going to, you know, we're going to starve to death in the United States because there ain't going to be no games. There ain't going to be no fish. Bullshit. That is a myth. That is not reality. Because these millenniums, hell, if you go boo at them, you hurt their feelings and they have to run and grab their pink blanket and their adult coloring books and their scented candles, and so because they can't handle it, they're too stressed out. Then you got the welfare that don't want to work. All right, let's talk about these pillhead drug addicts, these meth heads, these heroin addicts, these pill suckers. They're not going to be around, or if they are around, they're going to overdose themselves and kill themselves. Then when they run out, the ones who survive, who is alive, are going to be so sick with withdrawals, they're most likely going to die. So please, somebody tell me where it is written that in a SHTF situation, we are going to get raided. We are going to get rampaged by marauders. All the game's going to get killed off and go away. All the fish in the spring, in the streams, in the creeks, in the lakes, in the river are all going to vanish. All the birds, all the ducks, all the geese are all going to go away. All the bears, all the coyotes, all the groundhogs, all the raccoons. It ain't going to happen. I would like to see hungry people who hasn't eaten in a week or two walk 20 miles out into the 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 miles out into the country and try to rob somebody, try to hunt. You know, they're going to walk in, they don't know anything about hunting, so they're going to, the animals are going to wind them before they even get into rifle range, and they're going to run away. And they're going to be so weak, they'll wind up dying in the woods because they'll get snake bit, or they'll walk off the edge of a cliff, or they'll fall into something. They'll fall into a hole. There's so much more on our side of being preppers, or being homesteaders, or being bushcrafters, or being whatever. We got more chance of making it than these normal people who don't prep, who don't hunt, who don't fish, who don't do nothing but sit on their butts and get a government check for having, you know, 6 or 7 kids from different people. You know? And these millenniums, these college kids, and these high school kids who think they're making a difference are a joke. They're not going to do anything in a SHTF situation, but there's so many people that are programmed. They're brainwashed. Look at the comments. Look at the videos. Look at comments in other videos. That's what they say over and over and over. And they're supposed to be preppers or survivalists or bushcrafters or some, you know, homesteaders, but they're still programmed saying it. I am not worried about people coming out into the country hunting or trapping or trying to kill me if I'm out checking my garden, or I'm out checking traps, or if I walk out my door, you know, oh, somebody's going to snipe you. I'm not worried about none of that, because that is all made up bullshit from other videos and TV shows and movies. It's not real. These shows are not real. It's not a reality show. It's a made up BS storyline, but people fall for it and they think it's so real. Jericho, the TV show, was made up. Walking Dead was made up. All these other ones that people watch and think is so real is made up. Nobody who hasn't ate in a week or two is going to be able to walk 5 miles, let alone 20 or 30 miles, to come and rob you. They're not going to be able to hop in their vehicle and come down the road, because guess what? There's not going to be no gas unless they rob. And do you think they're going to take a chance of wasting what little gas they have to come out into the country? No, it's not going to happen. You might get a few stragglers who's wandering around, might be causing trouble. Yes, that may happen, but that's the biggest thing. And number one, you're going to smell them if you're out in the woods, because they're going to stink, because they're not going to be able to bathe. They're not going to take care of their body or their clothes. So you're going to smell them. Even if they do have a weapon, you can smell them. You're going to wind them and take them out. Let loose of the brainwashing, the fear-mongering, the BS. It's not going to happen, people. If you live your life like that, then you're not a prepper. You're not a homesteader. You're not a bushcrafter. You're not a survivalist. You're not in the preparedness community. Because us in the preparedness community don't think about that stuff. We don't worry about that stuff because we know it's all fake and it's not going to happen. Yes, like I said, they might be a couple of people, 2 or 3 people walking around trying to steal food. Yes, that's going to happen. Now, in the big cities, it's a totally different story. I am talking about people who live out in the country. I'm not talking about city life or suburbs. I'm talking about country. The city and the suburbs, that's going to be a totally different story there. You're going to get a lot of trouble. You're going to have a lot of BS on your hands. But it's crazy if people think that way and keep thinking that way. I see them in comments, I see videos, I see shows and movies. It ain't going to be that way, people. That's all made up. There's no way starving people is going to walk 20 or 30 miles to rob you. There's no way people who's trying to ban guns are going to go hunting or going to shoot you, because guess what? They're trying to ban guns, so therefore they're not going to own any weapons, and they're going to be the victims of people like gang members and other people who has, rogue military, rogue police, rogue that has weapons. They're going to be that. They're going to be the victims. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, and I see it more and more. Fart, clear your brain, because you're living, these people who believe this is living in a fantasy world. Nobody's going to snipe you if you walk out your house. Nobody's going to, there's not going to be 100 marauders coming down the road attacking people and burning people out. It ain't going to happen. In the big cities, yes. In the country, no. All the game is not going to disappear, and all the fish in the lakes and the creeks and the streams and the ponds and the rivers and the lakes and the ocean are not going to go away. In fact, they're going to multiply faster because there are going to be more people dead within the first 30 days to 90 days. They're going to be a death toll outrageous. And the people who survive are people with common sense and who set back stuff, who are prepared. And we know not to go out and just kill a deer a day. We know how to go out and harvest a deer or a pig or a bear or a moose or an elk or whatever. We know how to preserve it. We know how to smoke it. We know how to salt it. We know how to make the meat last us. So the game is not going away. There's not going to be snipers every 100 yards or 200 yards to snipe you as you walk out your door to go check your garden or go take a dump or anything like that. There's not going to be hordes of marauders coming after you. So, tell me what you think. I'm going to get off of here. Just have you guys seen it? Just let me know. All right. Bye, guys.